Hey there, Internet. Welcome to another comics review. I know I've done a lot of Power Ranger comics. I know I've said we do some others. I mean, we've done Supergirl Survive, and a couple others, but let's try to get into some of these other comics. Can't promise that they'll be in order. Uh, got a handful that are basically releases that they're putting out this year. One that came out earlier this year was Action Comics number 454. Um, Now this is a older issue, of course. Trying to remember when that came out. Hmm. This has like the reprint came out this year. Um, they even kept the old ads in here. Hmm. I am not seeing a copy. Oh, copyright 1975. So yeah, this came out in 1975. Um, Again, this is just a reprint. So, it's got the $4 price sticker on it instead of the old. I think it was like 60 cents at the time. So let's go ahead and get into this. On the cover, we got Superman chomping down on burgers. More burgers. Chomp. Keep them coming. Gulp. Or I'll starve to death. What? But you've already eaten enough for an army. Uh, the old approved by the Comics Code sticker. Comics Code Authority. We'll get into this. Another episode in the Amazing Adventures of Superman. Toyman just robbed the bank. I don't have the energy. So, get Toyman. Spraying something on the molasses. Then of course you got Toyman spring jumping ahead. Toyman of course starting some toys. Looks like Toyman actually has the ability to fly. So that is interesting to see. Toyman hooks on the soups, spins him around, and throws him away. And of course, this is back in a time where they decided to make Clark into a television reporter. Uh, Working for GBS, the Galaxy Broadcasting station. Ran by Morgan Edge. So, if you've ever watched the Superman and Lois television show that was on the CW, you'll know that Morgan Edge, they turned into a brother for Superman. So, and of course, Clark passed out. Um, I mean, you got in this issue, like Clark's going through a massive tired spell. He's not having much of his energy. After he fought Toyman. So he's thinking Toyman came up with a way to siphon his super energy. I'm still as strong as I ever was, but I no longer have the stamina or endurance it takes to use my powers. And of course, Superman goes into the restaurant and asks them for a favor. To where he's downing about 60 hamburgers a minute. Talked about how it cost most of his salary for it, but it would be worth it to have his energy back. Talks about how, just getting to the crime scene, he's already used up most of his energy. Toyman's little balls turn around and float soups into space. Then, of course, we get an advertisement for Tarzan. Discovers the land of prehistoric animals. Just a little ad for pom-poms. Ran back then in 1975. So Superman goes to Star Labs to try to figure out what's going on. The logic of your theory can't be faulted, Superman. Since you get your powers from yellow rays of the sun, it also figures the sun is the source of your super energy. Energy that I've been being robbed of. Not to mention solar energy plants all over the Earth that have suffered similar losses of power. So something has been draining solar energy. And of course the scientist is like, what makes you think it's coming from Earth's core? Because when Toyman accidentally knocked them off Earth with the anti-gravity bubbles, he regained his full energy at once. So they figure out where the source is. They design a suit. Superman literally wears a suit of super solar cells to turn his body into, or to turn, it will turn you into a human solar battery. So he goes digging through the Earth's crust. Looking at the ads here. This one for authentic Superman costume. Comes with a mask. Not really authentic. Little secret spy camera for $225. The costume is literally $7. Free muscles of steel. I love these older comics. Superman gets to the center of the Earth. He uses the suit to cover up the rock. And so Jimmy and Clark go have a burger after everything. Of course, we get our little side story with the Atom. I'm just going to have to check this one out and read it for yourself. So, all in all, like I said, I love these older comics. They're goofy. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you go by today's standards, it lacks, but, you know, they were working with what they had, their imaginations, which is why I do find these actually more fun. So, I am giving this one a 9.5 out of 10. There is still a little that can be worked with, but, you know, looking back, enjoying stuff that would have been on the shelves when my dad was growing up. Again, 75. My dad was born 63, so there's a good chance he actually read this back in the day when he was in school. Probably not. My dad wasn't that kind of person, but still, it would have been on the shelf at a, you know, store. So it's possible he picked it up, skimmed through it. So, till next time, let me know if you enjoyed this or if you've even read it. And while you're doing that in the comments, like and subscribe. Thank you.